Perform with the very funny, the hilarious Ted Morris. Here he is.
Hello. Hello, sexy people. All right, fair enough. Hello, everyone else. Okay, I don't think I'm a prude or anything, but is anyone else grossed out by those Excel gum ads? Am I the only one? With like the animated cup of coffee, which I get, coffee breath, you want some gum for that. And then they've got like the animated bulb of garlic, which I totally get, you want some gum. But then they have that pink, glazed, is it a donut? Is it? Is it? Like, okay, when has anyone in your life ever walked up to you and been like, oh my God, have you been eating donuts? What is wrong with your breath? It's not a thing. It doesn't happen. I'm assuming it's an anus. It makes way more sense. You want some gum. If you're gonna eat that, that's disgusting. Ew, guys. My mom just got diagnosed with diabetes, which is fine. It gives us something to talk about. She's old. We just talk about what's not working anymore. But she got diagnosed and she immediately called me up for advice. She's like walking out of her doctor's office. She's like, Ted, I've got diabetes. I'm like, oh, Mom, I'm sorry. She's like, what do I do? What do you mean, what do you do? You do all the stuff your doctor just told you to do after he told you had diabetes. When like, you got diabetes, lady, and then like mic drop and left the room. I'm like, this is your fault. You figure it out. She's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, you're supposed to turn around and go back in and be like, hey, doc, remember when you told me I had diabetes? Yeah, I totally blacked out. At that point, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Her response to that was, you're not being helpful. I'm like, I know I'm not being helpful, Mom. The reason she calls me up for advice is that in the family, I'm the one with the most medical training. Because during the day, when I'm not doing this, I am a small animal vet. So I know all about people and diabetes. I'm like, Mom, I can't help you. She's like, well, what do you tell your patients? I don't tell them anything, Mom. They're fucking cats. But I tell their owners diabetes is very annoying and very expensive. And it's okay if they want to put you down. Is that what you wanted to hear? It's not what you wanted to hear. I had a fun day at work last week. I diagnosed my first high cat, which was super fun. I've diagnosed a bunch of high dogs because dogs are dumb, and they will eat your stash. And it's always the same way. The people come in, I'm like, your dog is high. And they're like, no, he's not high. I'm like, no, he's like super high. I'm like, yeah, he might be a little bit high. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm gonna make him barf it up. They're like, okay. Can we have it back? I'm like, no. It's gross. High dogs always look the same. They come in and they're like super wobbly and their pupils are huge and they just like pee. They just walk and pee on everything. I'm like, you're high. But I'd never seen a high cat before. Turns out high cats look like they're about to die. This woman brought in this cat. I'm like, oh God, this cat is sick. I'm gonna have to work on this one. I was hungover. I'm like, I can't deal with this first thing in the morning. I can't work hungover. If I work hungover, everyone's got a virus. I'm like, you got probably a virus. I don't know. Come back tomorrow when someone smarter's here. We'll figure out what's going on. But today you have a virus. Yeah, so this woman brings in this cat. I'm like, it's like heart is barely beating. I'm like, this is not good. This is not good. So I'm going out to make up my estimate, or as I like to call it, let's put a price on love. Right? Like, do you want a cat or do you want this cat? So I can get you a cat for like $5, but if you want this one, it's gonna be more expensive. But as I'm walking out, this like light bulb goes off above my head. I'm like, oh, wait, I think I know what's going on. I go back in, I'm like, excuse me, is there any chance your cat got into some pot? And the woman's face just like fell. She's like, there's a very good chance my cat got into some pot. I'm like, okay, she's gonna be fine then. Just take her home, put her in a dark room with some Doritos and some Pink Floyd. It's gonna be good. Thanks so much, guys. That's it for me. Have a good night.